Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to call to order May 28th PZBA meeting at 7 p.m. Jan, roll, please.
Chairman Kempa.
Here.
Commissioner DeGraff is absent by prior notice. Commissioner Patel.
Here.
Commissioner Sayward. Here. Commissioner Mashesky.
Here.
Commissioner Kiefer.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Great. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item is to approve the minutes from April 22nd. Are there any corrections to the minutes as presented? If there are none, can I please have a motion to approve April 22nd PZBA meetings minutes as presented at 7:01?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? All right. All right, we got two cases today. The first one is a PZBA case number 26-05SU. It's an amendment, special use to add a list of approved uses. The applicant is Manny Rafidia of Prospect Crossing Shopping Center at 1215 through 1299 North Rand Road in Prospect Heights. And the request is the owner of Prospect Crossing Shopping Center is seeking an amendment to PUD ordinance number O-88-36 to amend the list of approved uses by adding single tattoo parlor as a permitted use. He is a client that is seeking to operate a tattoo parlor in a 5,000 square foot vacant retail space. Can I please have a motion to open case number 26-05SU at 7:02?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Can you give us why we're doing this?
So the Prospect Crossing Shopping Center, when it was developed, requested a planned unit development to have a pre-approved list of approved uses so that certain uses wouldn't have to come back all the time. And over the years, the list has been amended from time to time. Most recently, when Home Bar came in, we also had a couple of other changes we did recently was to add the drive-through restaurants, when we did the outlot subdivisions. So because tattoo parlors is not on his list of permitted uses, Manny's asking to add that to the list so that their client can move into the center. So this is under the city ordinances, it has to go through and either amend the list or have to deny the use. So we're amending the use, goes forward. Additionally, the Prospect Crossing Shopping Center is in the city's retail business district, the Rand Road Retail Corridor, and for uses that are primarily service-oriented, if they want to come in, there's a provision that the city can seek them to contribute 1.5% of a service tax similar to the state's 1.5% sales tax that the city receives on the sales of retail goods. So it would only be an additional 1.5% on the services. Other industries businesses that have it are the Life Storage Facility. Thornton's had it, and we've got the car wash. Everclean is also contributing to that service fee. So we've talked with the owner, and he's agreeable to set that up. Additionally, it would only be on the services. He would pay the normal state tax on the retail products that he would be selling. So with that, Manny Rafidia, the owner, is here to explain what they want, and the owner of the tattoo parlor that's looking to move in, Mr. Juka, is here as well, should you have any questions. The city did approve tattoo art parlors as a permitted special use a few years ago in the B2 district. And we have had, I've checked with the police department, we've had no incidences, we've had no complaints. We at the Building and Zoning Development Department have had no complaints on that use at all since they went in. So we don't expect anything contrary to what you're experiencing.
All right. If the applicant want to present, I have to swear you in. Sir, if you want to present also, do you swear that your testimony will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. If you could tell us about your project. If
I've been the owner and operator of this Prospect Crossing Shopping Center now for 27 years. We have gone through lots of ups and downs, and I'm sure a lot of you have been through that with us. Finally, we got it to really be almost 90% or more occupied. We're proud of that. We went through a lot of hardship and with mechanical and all kind of problems. We have this, use now that it's not prohibited use, though. It's neither permitted use, but I believe that somehow it just fell through the cracks and never was put in as a permitted use. Tattoo today is an art. It's no longer an issue that people just, gang stuff and, artists really pride themselves in, working on people who love to have this kind of work put on their bodies. In addition, this establishment had multi-store. This is the 4th store, one in Roselle, one in Franklin Park, and one in Schaumburg. And they do quite a good volume of business. In addition to the tattoo that does not generate, the tattoo art does not generate sales tax, but they do also bring in jewelry and accessories that add on full sales tax to the revenue for the village. And in addition, the 1.5% special sales tax to that on the entire amount of the revenue, which comes in around, currently they're doing between $600,000 and $800,000 in sales in each one of their stores. So for that, they presented a beautiful letter in front of you that explains their operation. I went and visited the operation in Roselle. It's outstanding, like an art studio with a lot of amenities and very, very clean. It's get visited by the health department on a regular basis to make sure that everything is done up to code and ordinance.
Thank you. Any questions from the commissioners to the applicant?
I was just wondering if there's a concern that there's another tattoo establishment so close by. There's one right on the corner within, like,
Quite honestly, I've been in retail and property ownership for 51 years, and I've seen today in one of my properties six gaming parlors in one shopping center, 4 in this 1 year. And it is just the competition brings in more traffic. This business will bring more traffic to the sports car next door. It's the same type of, kind of general customers that like to visit that. It probably complements the entire shopping centers with the users. I don't see any problem with competition. These guys doing a great job, and I think they'll have their share of customers that probably be, I would say, more upscale than the other one, or maybe not, but the way it is, I think they'll do very well, and I don't think it'll affect the other guys.
I have a question for Director Peterson. Will the applicant have to still come in for special use?
No, this would be, by adding this to the list, we're putting it in as only a single tattoo parlor, but if this particular user down the line wanted to sell, a new person could come in and take over, or if they left and a few years later another one wanted to come back, it could be brought back as a permitted use in this site only. The only other district that tattoo parlors are permitted are in the B2A, right there by Piri Piri. And in the zoning code, which we added that to a couple years back, that does require a special use, just to look at where those malls are at. So,
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Any other questions from any of the commissioners? No. Thank you, sir.
Jeff, if you've got a second to come up, you guys put together a really good brochure, but one of the things that was missing that needed to ask us, hours of operation.
So currently our hours are from noon till 10 p.m.
Name and address for the record.
Oh,
My
sorry.
name is Jeff Chuka. My home address is 247 Cloverdale Road, Bloomingdale, Illinois,
Or you'll, like,
60108.
how do you spell your last name?
Jucha.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah, he was one.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jeff, you were going into the
Sure,
hours.
absolutely. So currently our hours are 12 noon till 10 p.m., Monday through Friday. Saturday is also 12 to 10, and then on Sundays we close at 8 p.m.
Quick question. In terms of operations, you have a high school across the street, which in general, not too much, but now kids in fake IDs, how old do you have to get tattoo? 18, I assume, right?
So tattoo is 18, correct.
Okay.
Piercing could be an infant. So the health department requires us to photocopy their ID and keep it on file for 10 years.
Okay.
And if it's a minor, then we need the parent ID as well as a school ID or birth certificate attached to that for minor piercings. Tattoos are always 18 and above.
So and having kids gone through high school and living through the fake ID world,
Sure.
how do you guys have a way to identify fake IDs?
So we use software. It's an iPad app that we have to take a photograph of it with it, and then it kind of scans it, and it's kicked out a few people before, and then it just remains in the cloud service. It doesn't allow them to proceed after their ID is scanned.
Okay.
It's a good question, though, sir. It's important.
He's got teenagers.
Yep.
One
not yet.
left.
Close.
One left.
Oh, me
One
too.
left. He'll try to be in there next week. No, I'm kidding.
All right. Any other questions while we have the applicant here? Thank you for your testimony, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
So I'll close the case. We can discuss it more if we need to. But can I please have a motion to close case number 26-05SU at 7:13 PM?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Sayward? Aye. Commissioner Patel?
Aye.
Commissioner Machewski? Aye. Commissioner Kifa?
Aye.
And Chairman Kempa.
Aye. All right, so to me, this a tattoo parlor is almost like an artist studio. I mean, they are artists, but your point with proximity to Hersey is very valid. If the the system for checking underage persons seeking tattoos is, I mean, I don't know how, because I'm assuming, to the testimony of the applicant that it's very good, then we should be okay.
It's not as, my understanding, and this is a great question you asked, but, similarly, the cannabis parlor has age restrictions, and that's common. Liquor stores have age restrictions. So I think that a person that's, And I've checked on the length of time and the other stores that they've had. The feedback I got from other municipalities is they've had no issues with the stores, no complaints. So I think a great question and a concern. I think they've done my research shows that they've done a good job of addressing that, and it's been a good business.
We haven't had any issues with the current one.
We've had no issues with the current tattoo parlor in town.
All right. Okay, any other concerns from any commissioners? If there are none, then I would like a motion to accept into the public record testimony presented this evening. Is there any other exhibits? No. All right, so the motion to accept the public record testimony presented this evening for case number 26-05SU at 7:15.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Roll call, please. Who was second?
Jim?
John?
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Kiefer,
Aye.
Commissioner Mashewski,
Aye.
Commissioner Patel,
Aye.
Commissioner Sayward,
Aye.
Chairman Kempa.
Aye. And now I would like a motion to recommend to the City Council approval of case number 26-05SU to amend PUD ordinance the O-88-36 to amend the list of approved uses by adding a single tattoo parlor as a permitted use.
I'll make that motion.
Second, please.
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Mashewski,
Aye.
Commissioner Kiefer,
Aye.
Commissioner Sayward,
Aye.
Commissioner Patel,
Aye.
Chairman Kempa.
Aye.
Wonderful. This will come up to the city council with a positive recommendation at the June 8th public hearing, or at their meeting for their approval.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck. Fist bump.
Can I ask a question just about the shopping center in general?
Sure. Hey, Manny?
Congratulations.
Okay, we'll be in touch.
I just have a question about the shopping center in general. I know that we had given you that,
Good luck.
the drive-through restaurant.
Yeah.
So whatever happened to that?
Well, it turned out that Tony's had prohibited use to block their, and I think you asked me at that time, did you clear it up with Tony? And we did clear it up, and it showed up in some part of the lease that we could substitute the parking loss ratio and offset it with the back parcel we have. But there was another area in the lease that said they have the right to refuse for obstruction of view. So when
Obstruction of view.
Yeah, so we sent it back to them, and we told them it's approved. Can you come to the podium? Oh, sorry. That was a different subject. So, and then when we sent it for approval, and said the second time around, they said, no, we don't want anything to obstruct our business. And you can build it in the back if you want, on the outback, that's your right. So that's what happened.
So the fact that we added it to the list of approved uses, they're okay if you put it in a different location?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
So we can put it in the back, but right now we have one, that custom ice cream, interested in it. We'd like to get two if we want to, because the lot is about an acre land, we would like to get two users, so we're working on getting another user.
I might have a user for you, Manny.
Huh?
I think I know, I might have a user. I called you a couple of months ago.
Yeah, and you know what, I keep on stop by and talk to you about it.
I actually might have one that'd be very interested.
Yeah?
Yeah,
All right.
they're a growing franchise in there. Yeah.
What kind of?
It's called Hawaiian Bros.
All right.
They're out of Kansas City.
There's coffee. You think they would be interested in the back?
I think they might be. They're looking for a lot of
Well,
area.
the reason the ice cream, the custard ice cream applies because the high school.
Yeah,
If you-
that's one of the reasons I think they do it.
Yeah, all right.
So does that Is that a drive-through restaurant? Would that be
Yeah.
classified?
It would allow a food service with drive-through.
Got it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
And that's going to go, we're going to put that under public comment, not agenda items.
Yes,
Okay,
Yeah, because technically the case was closed.
right.
Yeah. So, all right,
just had to ask before I left.
understood.
All right, next case is case number 26-07SU. It's a special use permit for a restaurant in the B1 Retail District. The applicant is Baltic House Restaurant, represented by Isabella Narloch and Piotr Tillman at 6 North Elmhurst Road, Unit D in Prospect Heights. Excuse me. And the description of request, the applicant is seeking to open a sit-down restaurant at the former Pizza Pavia location. Pizza Pavia has moved to another unit within the shopping center, retaining their existing special use, PZBA case number 22-06. All right, can I please have a motion to open case number 26-07SU at 7:20?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. Another applicant for
Yeah.
Pizza Pavia, let's go.
All right. The applicants, Peter and Isabella, currently own Baltic House in Harwood Heights and have been a longstanding proprietor there. They love the community, want to open a second restaurant, and that's why they've chosen this location. So they're here to present their case. They've presented a really good packet in terms of what the demographics, what they look at, the economics, and what they believe their image is going to be in the community. So,
All right, so if I could swear you in before you give us your testimony. Do you swear that your testimony will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. So if you could come up, state your name and address for the record, and present us this case.
Good evening. My name is Isabella Tillman, and I live in Harwood Heights, 4811 North Alcott Avenue, apartment 308 in Harwood Heights.
Okay, and can you tell us about, so we know the location that Pizza Pavia has moved, so they're keeping their special use because they still operate out of the same building, different unit. So can you tell us what your restaurant will be like and what do you have planned for that vacant space?
Okay, so we own a Polish restaurant in Harwood Heights, and we would like to open another one, second location here, which will be Polish food. We will make pierogies, kielbasas, potato, all the Polish good food,
Do you plan to have, is it a full restaurant with
full restaurant with the
liquor?
bar.
Okay.
Yes.
And do you plan on, what are your hours?
The hours we're planning to have 11 to 10, and Monday to Sunday to Thursday, and Friday and Saturday 11 to 2.
Okay. And do you plan on using the patio outside
Yes,
for
we plan
dining?
to use the patio for dining.
Okay.
Yes. We will provide dining, carry out, and catering.
Okay. All right. Well, we've received your summary with business plan, very thorough, very detailed. The menu looks great. I don't know how long it's going to take me to go through the whole menu, but I will do it. Any questions from the commissioners to the applicant?
I noticed you wrote on your DJs on the weekend. Is that primarily inside, or are you going to use the patio for that?
No, inside. We will
Inside?
do inside.
What time does that music go till on the weekend?
Not sure, but probably till 12.
Okay.
we will need to have a discussion because the city's noise ordinance puts live music, amplified music and that at 10 PM. So if that's something that the ZBA members want to consider a little later, it could be a condition, or they could request it by special event. But normally, the music would have to be done by 10 PM, according to the way our noise ordinance is.
The way it's currently. Okay.
But that would fall in under the city would be responsible to administer that.
Correct, and basically how that happens is when the police department gets a complaint, they go over and say, hey, it's getting a little loud, you're having this, can you keep it down, or you wrap it up in a few minutes. We don't have, right now, there's only been a couple places that have had live entertainment, and DJs in there, and large shopping centers not near residential. So that would be the only concern, is because there is residential immediately to the west.
That's why I asked the question. I think music in this area at past 10 o'clock, a DJ might be a nuisance, potentially. So you have to understand that it'll be, if you're playing music after 10 o'clock, let's say till midnight on a Friday night, and a neighbor does call the police will tell you, you only have the right to play it till 10. Is that correct, Dan?
Yes.
I understand.
That's the only thing you have to, about being in that area.
Okay.
So would it be necessary to keep that as a condition?
I think as long as the applicant acknowledges that they would follow the noise ordinances as is written, it would be sufficient. And if they did have, let's say they have a party and they're catering maybe a wedding, they have a special event, and if they want to do a special event application like some of our other bars, they could do one-offs, and then we would get approval from all the departments, and then notification would go to the neighbors.
And you brought up the fact that about the enclosed trash. Is there not an enclosure currently proposed?
Right now, Manny, you guys don't have enclosed.
I own that property too, so I have sworn again.
Just, you're,
Man, you were afraid you have to start in South
he's not sworn in for this case.
So we have an enclosure
Just
that
accept it.
it doesn't have gates. We will put gates, but there's two cans that one belongs to Baltic and one belongs to Bobby. Right?
So you plan to enclose it completely?
Yeah, I'll put the gates on it, yes.
And this comes because with more food byproducts and waste, we'd want to control the potential of debris getting around.
Mhm. So do you think that should be a condition?
If you, it's required to have
I'm
him,
fine with condition.
Okay.
he acknowledged that, he'll follow through.
You know I'm good for that, then.
I know where you work.
And with permit.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about your existing restaurant? Is it a similar size, approximately? How does the seating vary? And that's what you have your expertise in, so how much, like your original restaurant, will this one be?
Okay, so the restaurant Baltic in Harwood Heights, it's about 1,000 square feet, so it's a little bit smaller, and we are for 17 years, and we're looking for second location because we have so many customers are coming to see us from Arlington Heights, from Prospect Heights, from this area, and they asked me many times before, like, would you like, we want you to open another location somewhere where we live. And that was my dream, to open a second, bigger location so we can grow and we can make, we can grow. So we can do catering and carry outs and then,
Well, that's a great scenario when you don't have to come out and get the people are trying to get you here.
Right. They said they don't want to drive here 30 minutes, they want me to open another location.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? Thank you for your testimony.
Okay. Thank you.
If you want to hand it, please.
Yes, please, thank you. Yeah, proof of notice, proof of service.
All right. No other testimony for this case from any of from the audience? If there isn't any, then I would ask for a motion to close case number 26-07SU at 7:30.
I have a question.
Okay.
Maybe it's for Manny. So,
Do you want me to come on?
yes, please. So looking at the floor plan that was submitted as a...
Oh, I need to swear him in for that.
How much interior remodeling needs to be done, and what's your timeline?
Well, my understanding that if they want to do cosmetic work, there's no major or electrical plumbing work to be done. Isabella mentioned that she wants to put a new floor. Her husband said maybe not, we'll just polish it. But generally, there's no work to be done. She wants to do it more to beautify the place, so like painting and painting and so forth.
More cosmetic.
Yeah, she asked us to remove all the chairs and just leave the tables. She wants to bring all different new chairs, so that's another thing that she wants to do. But that's all under cosmetic work.
Okay.
Okay?
And timeline for when you're thinking of opening? Maybe that's for the applicant. Once you get the approval, I mean, how long would it take you to?
All the way up, please.
Once we get approval, probably a month and a half, 2. Maybe less than that, because we have, yeah.
So kitchen equipment, all of that you have in place already?
Yes, everything is placed.
No, we have to buy a little bit new different equipment. We need different equipment than with pizza, so we have to just buy that. We have to add few more stuff. So I guess like month and a half.
Sounds good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Can I please have a motion to close case number 26-07SU at 7:32?
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Patel.
Aye.
Commissioner Sayward.
Aye.
Commissioner Kiefer.
Aye.
Commissioner Machewski.
Aye.
Chairman Kempa.
Aye. Any comments? I think the presentation looks really good.
Looks good.
I mean, it's very thorough.
I think the only question I have would be for Director Peterson, and that's again about the parking. And I know that you gave us the information about the other properties and timing, but in your opinion, you don't feel that parking is going to be an issue, correct?
The evaluation we did is that the other retail spot in the salon is closed by usually 4 p.m. on some days and 5 on another. The majority of Pavia's, when I spoke to their staff over there, has been carry-out. They don't have the seating capacity. Additionally, we have 4 night meetings a year at City Hall. We have the 2 council meetings, PZBA and the Natural Resources Commission. So I don't see the overcrowding, our demands here. We will communicate with the owners on our meetings, or if we expect nights of heavy turnout, so they're prepared, but we do have the shared parking. Additionally, Manny has indicated that he's working with the owner of the State Farm property to share some of the parking in front and in the back behind the center. So I hope it's as successful that we have a parking problem, but I think we can be able to handle it at this time.
Okay, thank you.
Well, if it's like Delhi for you, they'll have a parking problem. That place is
There's some things in the works that, maybe there could be some partnership or some parking, maybe a valet service after their hours, those types of things. Some of the restaurants now have been entering into shared parking agreements, if it becomes an issue in other locations, not in our town at this time, but we would be open to just helping them coordinate or facilitate that if necessary.
Can I just add something? I've come across a lot of this And I currently own and operate 12 shopping centers. And the fact with the shared parking, people these days don't drink and drive. So everybody gets their shared riding with Uber or Lyft. And we noticed that in Palatine, we have a sports bar that we only have 187 parking spots, and they allowed us 46 parking. They waived 46 parking, allowing us to open the sports bar. And I'm just saying that in terms that my kids go out and drink, I go out and drink, and we don't drive. We take an Uber and share riding now, taking over this, thing that, with the DUI being so zero tolerance, so it opens up the parking widely to, to become available. So I don't think we should have any problem. And the fact that we have the share parking agreement with the village. So, and I talked to Dan. Dan said, just ask me in the times when you need it. He doesn't want to give like a carte blanche, open-ended parking. He says, just tell me, like, you have those events that happen yearly, and I'll tell you, okay, I'll give you a letter for it. He just didn't want to commit 100% to every day. Okay.
And under the way the agreement is written is we reserve the rights to use it for our use here first. Manny's there. On nights that we have big ones, will inform Manny and Isabel and Peter, because we may need to have the spaces occasionally.
Yeah.
But typically 2 nights a week are Mondays. Those aren't necessarily the biggest restaurant nights, my experience. So I think it's a workable solution. If not, we'll figure out a solution.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, if there are no other comments, can I please have a motion to add to the public record testimony presented this evening, along with the green cards that were received for case number 26-07SU?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Mashewski.
Aye.
Commissioner Kiefer.
Aye.
Commissioner Patel.
Aye.
Commissioner Saywert.
Aye.
Chairman Kempa.
Aye. And now I would ask for a motion to recommend to the City Council approval of case number 26-07SU, a special use permit for a restaurant in B1 Retail District at 6 North Elmhurst Road, Unit D.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Saywert.
Aye.
Commissioner Patel.
Aye.
Commissioner Mashewski.
Aye.
Commissioner Kiefer.
Aye.
Chairman Kempa.
Aye.
This will be up for City Council review on Monday, June 8th, 6:30 PM, right here. And then, Manny, I'm busy all day tomorrow, but I'll give you a call Monday morning to talk about the ordinances and stuff.
I wanted to reach out also about the permit for atmosphere.
We'll talk tomorrow.
You want me to talk tomorrow about that?
I'll have Andrew give you a call because,
Thank you.
all right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do we have any updates?
Couple of things. We have an opening here on the board. Commissioner Simmons has submitted his resignation, so if we have anybody that that would be interested in serving on the board, please let me know. There's a couple folks that I'm thinking about speaking to. One's an architect, and if he can't do it, his wife is also an architect. Let's see if we can get another person on here, or if you have anybody interested in this, in there. There's movement moving forward with the airport, with Sky Harbor. A couple months ago, we did the Plata subdivision for the Ramada property, the 1090 and the 1098, which is the aviation building. In part of the negotiations, we are in the process of doing a minor map amendment to change the northern boundary lines of the city to accommodate the development. Because when this was Pewaukee and the old owner of the property platted all the lines and they drew the line, actually the city and village boundary line cut right through the restaurant of the hotel. So the way the site plan is working, we want to clean it up where the property line is. We have 6 out of the 7 units, and then the line comes down the firewall. Have 1, and Wheeling will have 1 hangar as part of their property. So we will be getting a minor text amendment application here probably in the next month. And due to timing, they may ask to see if we could do a special meeting because they want to try and break ground yet this fall. They did get approval. The airport did the close runway 624. You'll see the big red, the lighted X's out there now. They got approval to move forward with the project from the FAA. So they're finalizing their MWRD reports. So secondarily, besides the map amendment for a boundary line, we will be having to do a revised subdivision plat with that. We're also going to be doing preliminary engineering, preliminary site plan approval. There will also be a variance request for compensatory storage. And you guys are probably going, why are we considering a variation of the comp storage requirements of the city and the stormwater management? The way the city code was written is that for stormwater management, they had a whole bunch of listings, and one of those is that for every, you had to have a 1.5, 1.5 to 1.1 comp storage ratio if you disturbed ground within the regulated flood zone. After a thorough evaluation of the area east of town and with the levee wall getting close to certification, the city has added a section to the stormwater management that people who are in that flood zone area can request a 1.1 to 1.1, which is what the MWRD standard is. So we would be, and the only body that we have that's seated or appointed right now to consider any variations is this body. So part of this development they would be seeking a variation to allow them to follow the 1.1 to 1.5 to have a reduction in the compensatory storage requirement, which would allow them to get a little bit more buildable area and relieve some of their stormwater issues. Wheeling already has that availability to get a variance on that accord in their code. The city did not have that until two meetings ago, and then they adopted that section of the code. So that will be also part of the application. And then, so when we get it, and we just saw 90% site plans as part of the preliminary discussion, it looks very, very favorable for the Sky Harbor project. And now with the runway closure, things can start moving forward. Having this variation request also relieves a little bit of pressure if there's redevelopment along Milwaukee Avenue in that business corridor. You know, we've got a couple sites over there, specifically Prospect or Pewaukee Shopping Center. the current owners have done no rebuilding, modernization, outlot buildings because they would have had to meet the 1.5 to 1.1 ratio. And also to any parking lot improvements, building improvements, they would have had to do 100% site grading and drainage plan, which they just couldn't do, so they left it as it was. So now this may open some redevelopment opportunity, both there and both also the southwest quadrant of the airport. We've got that vacant lot by Motel 6. You know, there's just a couple spaces and places in town where it would be beneficial. You know, and they'd still have to prove up the need for variation, but that will be coming. Other than that, the good news is the council finally approved the PUD for the Jolly Funhouse, the Nader project. There was a couple delays because the Park District had to finalize, and they did finalize their approval, so the city council approved that a couple weeks ago, and that's moving forward. I spoke with both the property owner and Nader, and they're scheduled to close on the property within 60 days.
Dan, is that subject to the updated study?
They will have
Traffic study?
They will have to come in. I will be at the next meeting. We'll have a slightly amended site plan. It still is calling for 69 units. They're just changing the traffic pattern. And by doing that and getting rid of all the blacktop, creates larger space, and they're actually going to have enough room to put a parking apron in front. So basically each townhome will have 4 parking spaces, 2 in garage and 2 in front. And the change also will eliminate the need for any of the variations we previously granted. So side yard setbacks and stuff. They will, before we start issuing permits or that, they will have to submit a revised traffic plan.
Did Nader come up with that?
What?
That apron that?
Yes.
Huh?
And I think what it is any new developer doesn't want to build a previous developer's product.
So on the study, why are they coming in after everything?
Well,
Versus, what if the study, just a quick question, what if the study doesn't make sense? Or if it's not the same as it was before, then what happens to the project? And they've spent all this money to get to the end.
The traffic study is based on 2040 traffic analysis. You know, the traffic data that KLOA used to look at the site back in 2022, that data hasn't changed. Okay, we've done some work. I've looked at the NIPSI and the Northern Illinois Planning Council's traffic planner, and I've looked at what they're forecasting, and the numbers have not changed for that type of use. And the traffic patterns have not changed significantly. So I do not see where there will be any conflict or change from what is there. And I've spoke to a couple of the people who have called me on that, and they to this day still complain it's just going to be a mess because of construction and all this traffic, but yet they couldn't cite anywhere in the traffic study that they actually read the traffic study.
So, but by bringing the apron on, aren't you increasing parking by 50%?
No, because.
It allows another car in that
No,
also.
what it does is it allows them to park in front of their unit, because you know what happens in most garages.
They get filled with storage.
It fills with stuff. So, and also too, the traffic count is based, it actually frees up more parking, so there's less impact on park use, because they're proposing on-street parking like Quincy Park to accommodate for guest parking. They're looking at some of the impacts at the Park District and making sure the Park District they'll end up gaining a few extra spaces as well. So the overall plan is less impactful than what Lexington was, in my opinion, so they're in general conformance. And
Same amount of houses though?
69 units, they actually pick up little bit, about 100 to 150 extra square feet per unit, because they don't lose it all in
Roundabouts?
the loop traffic pattern and stuff. They're calling for, you come in, Drake, one straight line down to the parking with branches off, wider aisle widths, fire engine, turn backup spots and turn points.
Did they ever do projections on what they would sell each unit for?
We did with Lexington. Now they're in that study right now, based on, they wanted to come and talk to us about what the unit numbers were, counts were, and if they could go forward conceptually with this plan, if we felt that it was in conformance with what was approved. Their next step is to go and price out what their price points are gonna be, what the impact will be, what the TIF generation will be, and what, if there's any gap in the project.
Because materials, if we're going back from 2022 till now, materials have gone up exponentially. Just materials, I'm not even talking labor.
Yeah, so that's, the builder understands that, he understands that time is, the sooner he can get this moving in that, there will be more time within the TIF to generate some increment to recoup. So right now, once they close on the property, we will see harder numbers, because they're now spending, since they got the approval, they've been spending the last time getting site plan, conceptual. It's not going to impact the engineering, the drainage issues. Actually, it should help a little bit, not much incrementally at most.
Okay, thank you. Going back to the airport, the 1-to-1 to 1.5 from MWRD, they based that off of the 100-year flood
So
plain.
MWRD has a statute that says all comp stores should be at a 1-to-1. Okay, that's their minimum. So they increase the volume incrementally, just a small percentage. Because of the history in the city of Prospect Heights, especially on the east side, we had a hard 1.5-to-1 comp storage ratio. So if you disturbed an acre, you had to replace that with 1.5 acres on property. Going through the whole evaluation of the Levy 37 project, which the last sluice gate will be done this summer, and all the engineering studies show that almost 100% of the property in Prospect Heights, once that gets certified, comes out of the flood zone. Okay, so then the need then is not as great to have that larger comp storage. Most of the water coming on the east side now would not be riverine water, but would be storm water flowing towards the river instead of the other way around. Based on the engineers, then they spent a lot of time in preparing the documents to submit the levy to get the map recertified, which will be coming up, and we're on simultaneous parallel tracks with the work being done out there now, that they're, in their opinion, the 1.1 to 1.1 even ratio to meet the MWRD will not have a detriment for flood damage or storm damage on each side.
I've worked with them before. They're good.
Mhm.
They're just,
Yeah.
they're hard to work with.
Yeah, so we've had very good, and this was a local requirement, and because I think historically, the city does not have a good stormwater system, we still rely majority on swales and overland flow, and the impacts that the city has historically seen in the past of the damage, they wanted to account for as much as they could in those developments. Now that that's not going to be an impact, they felt that it would be wise to allow at least an applicant to apply for variation. They still have to prove up a little bit of why it's going to work. We will have, and part of this request, we'll have an engineering review letter to go along with it, similar to what we do with site plans and annexation, those other things for engineering. So,
Any idea about the June or July meeting dates? Will we have meetings? And you mentioned a special meeting possibly for the airport, or what about for the attorney?
those are all great questions. We will have a June meeting. We have 2 cases, and
Can we have 3?
we'll have to wait. 2 or 3. We'll double check. We will have that.
3.
Okay. The attorney and I are meeting on Wednesday of next week to finalize how the best way would be to handle this. If we do close a regular meeting, hold a special meeting after, do a special meeting. I have not heard from the airport directly. I've heard from staff. I haven't heard from Sky Harbor, but I've heard from staff at the airport that if they can get a special meeting to move things quicker, they want to have it. We still have to finalize the IGA amendment agreements with the airport and staff, or Wheeling staff, and hopefully that gets done on Wednesday. We have a meeting with them Wednesday. I'll be spending my day with the attorney, so I'll find out about the training as well. And then with everything going on, the zoning code rewrite has gone back. Michael Blue has still been working and sending me updates. I've lost some time trying to keep up with them. So he did get all the parking sections done, so I think he's got 3/4 of the zoning rewrite drafted. So.
Wouldn't it make sense to wait for the training till we assign a new person?
Oh, that's going to be
I'm just saying.
we'll have it videotaped. You can watch the videotape. We want to get this going. So that being said, that's where we're at on announcements. So we will have a June meeting. That's going to be what I think the 22nd. Or 20, let me look this up so I don't misspeak. June 24th, and then possibly July 22nd would be the next 2 dates. And thank you for accommodating the city council and having this special meeting tonight.
Did they ever hear the case for?
Oh, yeah, for the tea?
For the restaurant, the 6 North Elmhurst?
The Zyra, no, they withdrew their application. I think part of it is their lease was contingent upon having the positive
Approval.
Yeah, and I think they realized that the likelihood of getting that overturned is slim, so they rescinded. My understanding is that Manny refunded their deposits.
Anything else? Have a motion to adjourn at 7:59.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Thank you.